I wanted to show you guys what we do for our pollen trap. So we collect pollen from one of our hives here in downtown, but I just want to show you this process. And this is our hive right here that has our pollen trap on it. So we sell these pollen traps in the store. This is one we've actually had for, I don't know, 6 years or so. But this is it's called a Sundance pollen trap, and this is it right here. So the bees go in through the front. This is just a normal bottom board. This is just a normal box. And the bees go in through the front right here. They have to travel through a screen, and the screen is just big enough for the bee to get through, but it knocks off some of the pollen. And if the pollen falls down into the tray, and then the bees can kind of go up into the boxes, do whatever they need to do, and then they exit a different way. So we ran it last year, we had it this year. Probably had it on for a good 2 months straight, and we would look at the frames and they were still plenty of pollen that was being stored in the frame. So we actually had no reservations with collecting pollen and leave it on there all the time, because there was still plenty of pollen getting through and into the hive. So the bees were fed well with their protein. Here's what we do. We come out here every couple days. We just have a bucket that we put it in just like this. And then we will take it in the store and I'll show you what we do. So all the pollen is into this tray right here. And then every color is a different species of flower. So we've got a lot of browns and some yellows here and some oranges. Every color just comes from the environment. So maybe come from these morning glories here, but they're flying miles from the hive and collecting pollen, and then they bring it all back here. And then we collect it, and beekeepers will use this to feed back to their bees when they want to. But in our environment in Alabama, we actually have a supply of natural pollen kind of year round. We collected pollen all through the summer last year. When you think there wouldn't be any pollen, there was still plenty of it. So we'll take this screen, pull it out, and then we will just put it in our bucket right here. So we'll just take it, shake it into the corner. And I will say in the last week and a half or so, it hasn't been as much of a pollen flow like it has in the past. So that tray will actually fill up pretty easily in about 3 or 4 days. And we empty it every 2 days or so. But this is what it looks like in the bucket. So we'll take this. This is a pollen that we've collected in the past. And you can see this pollen right here is just from a couple weeks ago. And this is pollen from today. So there's actually a lot of blacks in there, which is pretty cool. And then that one has a lot more browns. So we'll take all this pollen. There wasn't any beetles or bees or anything like that in this one. So we'll take that pollen and we'll add it to our bags here. And then the way we store this, we just store it in the freezer. A lot of beekeepers will dry this out, but I really don't like the texture of dried pollen. So it's like grape nuts, is how I describe it. So we actually keep this in the freezer so it stays fresh. And then when we package it, we put it in these little containers right here. And this container has 4 ounces in it. And then we also sell like an 8-ounce container here. And then we just tell people, instructions are on here, just to store it in the freezer. Non-beekeepers will use this for smoothies and yogurt and that type of thing, just as a food supplement. But we usually have a pretty good supply of pollen in the freezer. So anyways, I just wanted to share with you guys our process for pollen and give you some kind of tips on it. If you got any questions about eating pollen or harvesting pollen, just let us know. We're happy to help. And then if you want to see those pollen traps, they're on our website. You can just Google or search pollen trap on our website, or just Google Foxhound pollen trap and they will come up. So anyways, appreciate it. Thanks for watching.